Hello guys, welcome to another X-Players video, and today I will be doing some shoutouts. Mainly, the third shoutout, I will want you guys to, it will be explained in more detail than the first two, but, anyway, let's get right to it. So, the first person I'm going to shout out to is Jackbrfc12. I really encourage you guys to go check him out. He's got one video and 23 subscribers. This is what his channel will look like. But the thing is, he's trying to get a better upload studio or software, editing software, so he can make more high quality videos. And he started around 3 weeks ago. So if he gets better high quality videos and stuff for you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy it more. So I really encourage you guys to go give him more support. That will help him to start producing more videos sooner and sooner. But anyway, I hope you guys will enjoy his content, and I'm pretty sure you guys will. But anyway, let's get on to the next person. So this is known as Urgent AWOL, which is my cousin. Shouted him out many times. But yeah, he's got around 12 to 13 videos, and yeah, he would post a lot more videos if he had more time, but he's got a lot of work to do, and he's got to help a lot of people in his family because he's got a much bigger family. So I really encourage you guys to go check him out, give him a lot of support, and he will post a lot more than what he's posting right now. But yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy this video. I mean, I'm sorry. I hope you guys will enjoy his channel. I'm pretty sure you guys will. It's got a lot of interesting videos, and yeah, mostly under 10 minutes long. But anyway, yeah. And on to the third and final thing that I will be naming for this video that I really want you guys to go check out. I want you guys to maybe search or maybe just copy and paste. I don't know how links work exactly on YouTube because I'm an idiot. No, I'm kidding, but yeah, they're called the TheArkhamFiles. It's an iTunes. Do not go to DeviantArt. I want you guys to go to the iTunes Apple podcast. So they're a podcast which is founded by founded by a couple people, mostly my dad and his brothers and a friend. Later in the podcast, around maybe 3, 4, 5 episode, one of those episodes, another one of my brothers, my dad's brothers, will be joining. But yeah, they've got a lot of humor, a lot of chilling horror type gameplay for you guys to listen to if you guys have free time or if you guys are just listening to it in the car. But yeah, they're around an hour long podcast. If you guys don't know what a podcast is, it's basically just like something you can listen to. It's an audio podcast, I guess, but yeah, it's really fun to listen to. A lot of the music in these podcasts, are made by my uncle, Sam Morrison. So if you guys want to use some of his music in any of your guys' videos, just feel free to email me at xplayers2x@gmail.com. Yeah, that again, it's xplayers2x@gmail.com with no caps. But yeah, if you guys want to go use some of his music, just email me or comment down below. And yeah, I will see if you guys have permission to use his music. But anyway, yeah. If you guys want me to post any of these, if you guys want me to post these podcasts on my channel, I will see if I can get permission for that. If you guys aren't able to view it on iTunes because I don't know reasons, but I'm on a Windows computer right now. I'm pretty sure you can tell, but if you can't, I am. So basically, if you have an Apple device or Windows device, not a Windows device, just a Windows computer or an Apple phone, an Apple Mac computer or something like that, you'll be able to go to iTunes. I don't know about Samsung, but if you guys want to do that, just search up the Arkham Files, and it'll bring you to this. You can listen to this. We're gonna listen to Welcome to the Show. And yeah, this will give you some brief details on what they're basically going to be doing. It's basically a Call of Cthulhu game. It's the Call of Cthulhu game, with a lot of sound effects, music, and editing. You can definitely hear a lot of audio cutscenes where they act in audio, while they're playing in the game. So it'll give you guys a little bit of like entertainment for the story. And they also, I want to mention, have a Patreon page. It's called it's patreon.com/TheArkhamFiles. They got 4 Patreons already. They start 2 months ago, $34 per month. They got tiers from $2 to $200. With $50, the Majestic tier being where you can actually join a couple of the games throughout each year to play with the Call of Cthulhu people, the Call of Cthulhu band, podcast band. I cannot speak. And this $200 tier being more of like a sponsor. So if you guys want to produce an ad for each podcast I do, then yeah, this is basically what it will be. But yeah, if you guys can go support them in any way, sharing the podcast to others so that they can come and listen to it, or if they can support them on Patreon, that'd be really helpful for them and to me. But yeah, other than that, if you guys want to, I'm going to give you some brief details on Welcome to the Show. And yeah, I'm just going to let you guys listen to this, and yeah, they will basically give you some brief detail of what the game's going to be like. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm just going to end it after it's done. Well, basically after the Welcome to the Show part is done. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I guess I will see you guys later. If you guys want me to post the content on my channel, though, feel free to comment or email me if you aren't able to view it on iTunes. And yeah, if you guys can go and view it on iTunes, I suggest subscribing and giving them a 5-star review. But yeah, so yeah, here we go. Welcome to the show, guys.
Welcome, everybody, to our very first episode. Thank you for joining us. I am your host, Alex Morrison, and you're listening to The Arkham Files. We are an actual play RPG podcast where we're primarily going to be playing the Call of Cthulhu 7th edition role-playing game by Chaosium. And, we might possibly dabble in some other games down the road if the fancy takes us. But who can say where the road goes? Only mimes, to quote the Bible. Also, as the good book says, if thou dost make a podcast, thou shalt make it dope. And that pretty much is our goal, to provide you with the best possible podcast about 5 grown men pretending to be eaten by tentacle monsters. No, but really, our goal is to put out the best show that we can do, which I know sounds obvious, but for us, that just means putting in a ton of work to make sure we get good recordings, good, clean recordings on our audio, and then cleaning up that as much as possible in post to just make sure we have the best sounding, most high quality audio that we can. We're going to be adding in sound effects and music in post. We're going to be editing a lot for content to keep the game moving along, keep the show moving, keep the action flowing and the story moving along. If we got to pause for 10 minutes to look up a rule, or if the guys are spending 30 minutes coming up with a plan and 20 minutes of that is just a back and forth, that's basically the vultures from Jungle Book, you know, so what you want to do? I don't know what you want to do. You know what I mean? All that stuff, we'll cut that down, keep the story moving along. We just don't want it to get bogged down in minutia, because nobody wants minutia. I know when you sit down to the table of entertainment and you're expecting this tightly wrapped, giant, delicious burrito of content, and somebody slides you over a bowl of refried minutia, you're like, ew. Yeah, you're not going to get all gassy and bloated on those minutia beans. That delicious content burrito is going to be fitting all snug and comfy in your tum-tum. And speaking of tum-tum, Three Ninjas, that was a great movie, right? You know, with his brothers, Rocco and Stretch. Anyway, I guess back on the rails. If you like what we're doing here at the Arkham Files, then ways you can show your support, just spreading the word around to your friends, social media, whatever. That helps the show a lot, getting us more listeners. Heading on over to iTunes and leaving us a 5-star review there is fantastic. Or heading on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/theArkhamFiles and consider signing up there. With the different tiers of illustrious patronage, you will be receiving all kinds of radical bennies, such as, but not limited to, early access to new shows, to new episodes of the show, bonus episodes of various content that we're going to be putting out in the future from time to time. This is probably where we'll start jumping into maybe playing around with some other game systems, like maybe some Dungeons and Dragons, you know, anything that looks like fun, or maybe doing some interviews, things like that. We got a lot of fun things planned out, so you definitely don't want to miss out on that. Also, we are up in the higher tiers a couple times a year, and whenever we can get enough money to put it all together and put it out, we want to be giving out some, you know, dope swag, some sick merch that'll be exclusive to Patreon members, limited edition stuff to go out to you guys. Things like shirts, hats, maybe like dice, mugs, dice with mugs inside of them, or mugs with dice inside of them, because that makes more sense than dice with a mug in it. But I'm writing that down anyways, because you never know. But yeah, go check it out. Tons of good stuff there. And any support you guys give us just goes right back into making the show better. You know, better equipment, more software, more music, all this kind of stuff that's just going to improve the show as we go on. And like I said, we're going to be playing the Call of Cthulhu. If you are new to the game, that's fine. Actually, two of our players, Donovan and Seth, are both brand new to they're both brand new to the Call of Cthulhu, and actually brand new to role-playing games. Donovan has never played a tabletop role-playing game in his life, so you all can be learning along together. So, quick rundown on how the game works. It's pretty simple. That's one of the things I love about Call of Cthulhu. The basic mechanic is very simple. All of your stats and skills are based in percentages between 1 to 100. And anytime you want to use any of those, your skills, your stats, you roll 2 10-sided dice. One die has a 2-digit number on it, like your 10s, so like 10, 20, 30, 40. The other 10-sided die has your single digits, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you roll both of those together, and it'll give you a double-digit number, like 20 and 5 or 40 and 6. And you roll your dice and try to get under your skill number, actually. So if your handgun skill is 60%, you want to roll your 2 10-sided dice and get under that 60%, and that's a success. Also, if you get under half of that, then it's called a hard success. A fifth of that is an extreme success, and that just kind of goes along with varying degrees of difficulty with some of the tasks that you're going to be doing in the game. And also, since all of the lore of this game is based in the Lovecraftian genre of cosmic horror, sanity plays a big part in it, as it does in all of Lovecraft's stories. So, sanity is a stat you have like your health, and you can lose it throughout the game by your character coming in contact with horrible otherworldly creatures or terrible events. And if you lose enough sanity, you can have bouts of madness and eventually even go insane, aside from just dying. In a game like Call of Cthulhu, it's less of an action game and more kind of like a mystery survival horror. And typically, it's not whether you will go insane or die, but kind of how you will end up going insane or dying. There's usually a high body count for player characters in Call of Cthulhu. So, yeah, combat is usually pretty fast and deadly. And a lot of times one wrong turn or wrong decision can be your last. So a lot of tension in this game, a lot of suspense, as it's supposed to be since it's based in mystery and horror. But it's a ton of fun, and a lot of good role-playing and a lot of good stories always come out of a well-played and well-run Call of Cthulhu game. Another cool aspect of this edition of Call of Cthulhu is the new rule, which allows you to push a roll, which means if you fail a roll, you can actually choose to push the roll by increasing the risk of what you're doing, and then you actually get to roll the dice again and get a second shot at whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. But since you increased the risk, there's a possibility of some kind of catastrophe happening, which just adds a lot of fun and, suspense and interest to the game. Other than that, I think, the rest of it, I don't think you'll have too much trouble picking it up as you listen to the game as we go. That's pretty much what Donovan and Seth are going to be doing. Speaking of, joining me on this show and playing the part of our brave and intrepid investigators, we have Seth Morrison as Tallahassee Turner, the aging adventurer and author. Peter Morrison as Dom Drunkard, the mysterious man from England who is vacationing in the neighborhood. Sam Morrison as Major Aloysius Bakersfield, a retired Army major who now runs an Army surplus store. And last but certainly not least, we have Donovan Ballard playing the part of the psychologist Dr. Simeon Can't Stand Gibbets. And yes, I hate him for that, though I guess I allowed it, so I have no one to blame but myself. Myself being Alex, your host, and I will be running this monstrosity as your dungeon master, or keeper of arcane lore as it's known in the Call of Cthulhu. And so, without further ado, here is the very first episode of The Arkham Files.
Guys, so I really hope you guys can go check them out. It would really help them and me out. So yeah, if that really sounds interesting to you, if you guys just want to listen to something while you're in the car or doing anything, that maybe some work or something, then feel free. This is a really fun thing to listen to. Lots of humor and stuff in here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I guess I'll see you guys later. I don't know what else to say. I guess see you later.